Hi Team Value, JJ here. Welcome back. I say Team Value because this one's more for the regulars, but if you're new here, hi and welcome. So in yesterday's video, I talked about sharing more personal things. If you're just here for the investing info, maybe skip this one. Now, Pat over at the Art of Value Patreon, hi Pat, asked a question because I said, does anybody have any questions? And he asked about how long I'd been investing and what I did before this, if I'd done anything else. Of course, I've done other things because I'm not young, as you can see. So I'll talk a little bit about that and what my investing journey has been until now, what led me to this. Now, as I said to Pat, I've been interested in investing, I guess, since about my mid-20s to late 20s. Pat's quite young. I think he said he was 20. So he's had a good head start on that. Good on you, Pat, for starting so early. I really wasn't interested that much before that, just as you know, a lot of young people aren't really, but that's when I got into it. I started reading a few books and basically starting with Buffett. So going way back over the years, I worked in art and design and interactive media as that grew with the internet over time, and I've saved and invested over that time doing that kind of work, and so invested when I can and learned what I can about investing. Now really at first I started saving and investing, but really saving comes before investing. Of course you've got to save money in order to invest it. It was for a first home, to buy a first home. So I saved for a long time. My wife and I, my partner, we're not married. We do have kids. And so my partner of many years, we were saving to buy a home. We lived in Sydney at this point. I live in New Zealand now, but we lived in Sydney at that point for many years, moving from New Zealand to Australia and then back again later. But we saved and we bought an apartment and we managed to make it mortgage free. We did have a bit of family help, as a lot of people do, very privileged and fortunate from that point of view, a little bit of family help, but we saved over that time really hard and we bought a mortgage-free apartment, small apartment, and then kids came along and we had to go bigger after that, but we just kept it small and manageable and we managed to be mortgage-free. We really wanted to do that, and after that I became more interested in investing in other assets, stocks, definitely more interested after we'd got to that milestone and learning all the while. Now, when I first started investing in the stock market early on, pretty young, I made some speculative mistakes, some errors, as people usually do in the stock market. If that's you, I've been there too. And, you know, that's when I decided to get more serious about it. Read some books, read some investing books. And I started to do that. You know, some of the greats, Warren Buffett, I gravitated towards, and there's so much to learn. I'm still learning a lot about what Buffett has to say, and he's taught a lot. He teaches as he's going along throughout his life and every AGM, and I've read books by Buffett and other investors too, as you've seen in the videos that I've made. I bring up books all the time. I'm a big believer in reading a lot of investing books over the years. There's always so much to learn about investing and it never stops. Now, taking a little step back, having an art and design background, we've collected contemporary art over the years too, mostly by young artists that we knew over time, collecting their work, inexpensive kind of work, and so we've built this sort of collection of contemporary artwork over time, which I can talk about at some other time later if anybody's interested. In the art world, people don't really talk about the money value of, but it kind of is an asset. An art collection is an asset. A lot of investors, a lot of high finance investors, fund managers do collect art as well. I've noticed that over time. There are some really prominent ones that collect contemporary art, especially over the last 10 or 20 years. It's become quite a thing to do. Now, before going back to talk about stocks, I'll say that I still am an artist. I still make artwork, and my artwork is about investing these days. In fact, my art project at the moment is called The Art of Value. So I've made paintings, had many exhibitions and been in award exhibitions. My work won a merit award in the National Contemporary Art Award. That was the investing-based art, the investing journey that I'm on. It's all part of it. It all works together as one. So I still do that as well as doing these videos. Now, about 5 or 6 years ago, I started to get more serious about investing in the stock market, investing in stocks. Although I'd read a lot of books, I'd read over 100 books, well over 100 books about investing in stocks at this point, but I decided to get more serious and do some formal education to do with investing. So I did a couple of courses, one at Stanford University, investing there, and also at Columbia Business School, which is of course where Warren Buffett went. And it's sort of the spiritual home, I like to say, of value investing. So I really wanted to go there. It's still a good place to learn about investing. I realized that a lot of the investors that I respected, that I knew, went there and even taught there, like Joel Greenblatt and many other investors. So it's still kind of the home of value value investing. So I did a course through there, online course, and it was really well worth it. So that's my background in education. As I said, it's an investing journey, an education journey over a lifetime. I'm sure Warren Buffett would say that he's still learning all the time, mainly from mistakes. You learn more from mistakes, of course, even from those early days where I was investing in a speculative way and lost some money and then decided, hold on here, I need to learn something. This is not easy, and it would be good if I learned something. Even if you're looking at company presentations and financial reports, listening to earnings calls, you're way ahead of most investors who invest in the stock market. Most retail investors out there don't even do any of that. So even just looking at them and trying to understand them, you're way ahead of most people. That's what I learned. That's what they said on the courses, actually, that just even doing this, been taking that step to learn things, you're just way ahead of most investors, well, speculators, gamblers out there. So that's my investing journey so far, and it continues every day. Reading books and making videos helps me too. Explaining things on camera to people in the online community really helps me. Discussing things, I've got this Patreon platform where we can discuss things, and I can share different things that I do here, things that I don't share anywhere else. If you want to join us over there, I'll put a link in the description to that. And so it continues every day, all the time, and building this online community is really going to help me with that, and hopefully help you too. We'll learn together along the way. So I hope this has been helpful and somewhat interesting. I'm not used to talking about myself at all. This is kind of difficult for me. I'm going to add personal things throughout videos from now on to just help with who I am and what I'm trying to do, as well as help you. Now, as usual, if you're watching on YouTube, and that's become the largest audience, but I'm not forgetting about people on Spotify, which has video now, if you want to join up there too, follow along there too. I listen to podcasts and video podcasts on Spotify myself, and Apple and the other platforms, even audio we go out to still. But if you're on YouTube, I'm going to put here a link to a YouTube video that YouTube thinks that you in particular should watch next. So go and see that now if you want to. And thanks to everybody for watching or listening wherever you are doing that. And I'll see you in the next one.